Okay, it didn't want to go that time. Hang on, let me try one more time.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it did get a little quieter.
Okay, so I think we're live now. You can
Okay.
hear me okay? All right. Well, welcome everybody to season 2, episode 2 of the SRTJovita show. Today, our special guest is none other than Sean Taylor, VP of Design at Castline Inc., or the brand as we all lovingly know it as M2 Machines. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
No, it's an honor to have you on the show. I've actually gotten quite a bit of street cred, in the diecast world. Everyone's like, "Whoa, you got Sean Taylor, good for you."
Hey, you gotta promote the brand.
Yeah. Well, I've met you quite a few times. One of the most memorable meetings was at the M2 anniversary show, which I have to say, you guys, pulled out all the stops for us. I really think that was an awesome show. It was nice and intimate. It was all about the collectors, and you guys took care of us amazingly.
Oh yeah, no, it was a real fun show. Maybe in the 20th anniversary, we'll do it again. It's a lot of work to put on.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I bet it was, and I mean, you guys did tours.
Yes.
You guys took us through the head office. Oh my God, there were so many cool things to do. Plus, there was like games and lots of prizes and lots to do. And I like that it was so well rounded like that, because for people like us that are not local, we got to see like the museum. We got to see a little bit more. Whereas sometimes when you go to conventions, you're kind of confined to the hotel, and you're not so comfortable going out and doing other things. So I thought that was really cool of you guys.
Yeah. No, totally understandable. Yeah.
So I was just asking before we went live if this is one of your first live shows, and you said that you haven't done one in a long time. So I feel really good.
It's been a little bit.
Yeah. We got a couple people watching. Twice Diecast. Hello, Annette, Paul Morales. How's it going, guys? Thanks for watching live. Now, I think I'm going to kick off the show with showing you some of my cool pieces just to get the juices flowing here, get the convo going.
Okay.
I want to show you one of my favorite pieces. The first shot, it's backwards because it's self. Actually, you might be able to see it properly.
Yeah, it's perfect for me.
Yeah, so it's signed on the top. I thought this was the coolest piece. Of course, you know that I'm in love with anything with a wing. Now, tell us a little bit about this piece. Like, it's basically like one of the first castings off the line kind of thing, or?
That was our first shot series. I want to say it was 2009, 2010, like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think what we're doing.
So it looks like, I guess, were these like the production workers that signed it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the idea about it. Kind of something kind of special that you wouldn't normally get from a company.
Mm-hmm.
And then the workers did sign them, and I don't know what the breakdown was, like how many different people and stuff. So it was just kind of fun to do.
Yeah, that was really cool. This is another one around the same time, same casting, but Auto Fest. This is not the Chase, but I still think it is a really cool, kind of rare piece in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well done.
That was a good one. That was for Lightning, I believe, in South Bend, Indiana. That was early on. M2 machine.
Yeah, 492 pieces.
Yeah, back when we did really small.
Yes. So I feel pretty special that I have a lot of the older stuff. I really like all the old stuff because you can't just find it in a store. You really gotta hunt.
Yeah, this is our 6th year in business. So It's been a while.
Yeah, I think today you guys posted on the Instagram. You guys posted one of these sets, and I was like, I have that set. One of the wings fell off, but open it up and fix it. It's been tossed around since 2009. So
Yeah. The glue could only hold so long.
Oh no, for sure. And I mean, it's got a lot of weight to it. I mean, it's a pretty heavy.
Oh yeah.
Piece. So, do you have anything that you want to show us or share with us?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me put this down. So I got a couple of these. So these, I don't know if you can see right here. So this is a Coca-Cola side Christmas car. And this one's the 69 funny car. And so this one's real fun. It's got kind of a
oh, I like the snow.
A real slick green and with a bunch of snowflakes. So that's a lot of fun.
Did you see my post and how I kept my M2 chases in the Coke fridge, in the Mopar fridge?
Did I? I'm not sure.
You might have.
Send it to me after.
I tagged you and I thought it was so funny because I did a little pan of the wall and then I've got the fridge and I opened it up and it was full of Coke and on one side was M2 Coke chases. So I thought that was a really funny video.
Oh, cool. I know. I have a Coca-Cola Hawaiian shirt. I almost wore that because we got a couple people who always complain. Oh, it's got Coca-Cola on it. They're gonna ruin it. It's like, you got to pay the bills, fellas. And then this is another one from the same series.
Oh,
so this one's nice. The blue on this OBS truck is just beautiful. It makes that red Coca-Cola logo on the top.
Oh, it sure does. Wow, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. So when are these being released?
Really. Let's see. Tomorrow's September 1st. So I think some of the stuff are being. I think we're now in week. So information's coming. Yeah. So we got a lot of Christmas.
Hey, you know what? We need to start preparing right now. So we got to get all those castings before Christmas so we could do our Christmas videos.
Yeah, it's just less than 4 months away.
Totally. Hi, Craig. Just have to say hi.
Hey.
He's watching.
Let's see. It's a couple. So this is a real fun.
Oh, yeah.
I think these are starting to share. This is our wedge truck. And this is a new body right. This is our new Dodge casting. So 72 to 80. And we'll have a sport body version of the Ford as well. But this is just a fun thing for kids like race. And it's just really cool for the whole.
Yeah, I've got a Mopar friend, and he actually commented on a photo of that, and he's like, "I am waiting for this one."
Oh yeah, the Dodge truck. It's a fun cat. I think I we'll move on to this one. The Dodge truck's cool. This one, I think we just chose part of the Quaker State Pennzoil, the OBS truck. And so this one's got state graphics.
Oh, nice.
And it's just kind of a stock type, black and white. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a nice casting.
I like it. It's clean.
Yeah. And then to go along with that same one. This is the Pennzoil Chase. It's a 1980s. So got the grill with the square headlight.
details on that one.
Oh yeah. So I think these are shipped. I think we announced just recently.
Okay. I think I saw the post for that.
Let's see. Oh, this one's real fun. Yeah. This is the new Chevy van.
Oh,
and
wow.
so this one's from 1971 to 1970-ish. But this one, when the factory gives us the first shots, they just kind of throw everything together and check the mold, and they put all the stuff that's typically on the four-wheel drivers on the slant, and it just looks so cool. It's got the brush guard like the 18, but then it's got this cool wrap, lights, spare tire, gas tank. Got the ladder back, and it's got big old what you call it, and it's just a fun. So we got the non-window van, and then we also have window version. And this one I got a lot of. It's a little personal too. Growing up, we had 72 Chevy, and I wanted to come out really good. And we worked back and forth the factory a lot of, basically kind of starting over and just get the details right. So that's a really.
So what's the first color that's going to be?
It depends what comes out first. There's a couple out right now.
Oh, okay.
So it's just and things come out, shipping and pulls. So, like in the art department, we're always months ahead. So we're kind of, like once we're done and we make sure we get the approvals and factory get stuff. Then we're I don't care anymore. Moving to the next thing. Just get working on else. And then once it gets in and sees pictures, like, oh, I remember working. So once we're done, we just always move to the next thing.
Your audio is coming in a little bit choppy. And
Okay.
At the bottom of your phone, maybe it's like sitting on.
Okay.
Speaker a bit. Maybe that's.
Let's try that.
Oh, there you go. That's better.
Okay.
I also wanted to kind of throw a little, or if you could give us a hint. I know that the box sets coming out are like the M2 box set. That's being released tomorrow, or the hints given tomorrow? Is that released?
No, tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
So it is coming out.
And is that we're gonna find out what it is tomorrow?
Yeah, you're gonna find out. I don't know how many hours.
Okay, so we have to wait then.
Oh yeah, can't give away anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Well,
nope.
I've got one more thing to show you. Well, I have lots. I have tons of M2, but something that's really special to me is this one here. Now you probably don't recognize it because you're like, that's not our design.
Oh no, I recognize them. I recognize who did it.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh heck yeah. The one and only Kelly, right?
That's right. Yes, and he this is my wedding present because when I went, we both went to the M2 anniversary show. This was just before we got married, so that was kind of like our honeymoon show. So I had talked to Tom Kelly, and he actually said, like, I'll do a car up for you. So I thought that was so cool. He signed it. He put our names on it, our date. Like, that's something we're gonna keep forever, and it's an M2 also. So it's just.
He's amazing.
He's so memorable.
And just to watch him work too, he's a lefty, and it just looks so odd.
Yeah.
But he just makes such beautiful strokes.
Oh, he does.
You know.
So talented. His son as well. Like.
Yes, Mitch.
Yeah, I seen some of his vehicles at the SEMA show, and it's like, wow.
Well, just keep looking around. late October for some Kelly stuff. So you'll see some.
Oh, okay, that's a
Oh
good
yeah.
tip. Actually, now that we're speaking about SEMA, are you guys planning on going?
Planning on going to SEMA?
Yeah, as a company or even by
Oh yeah.
yourself? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we go with Funlines, our distributor. So they set up. We'll
Oh,
put up
right.
all
Yeah.
the information. I believe we're in the brand new Western Hall that's across the street. So I think it's the third year in that building. It's the whole brand new building.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I always go in
we'll
the.
put information like tomorrow's September. So SEMA starts. I want to say it starts around Halloween.
Yep, exactly. It starts on October 31st
Yep.
to the 4th, I
So
think. So yeah.
usually like a week or two before the show, that's when I think Funlines shows all the castings that we're doing
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, they
stuff, and
actually
gives all
have.
the booth info and everything.
Yeah, they have a really nice display there. And then you get to order your SEMA
Yeah.
exclusive cars, which is I don't know what they're going to be this year, but I'm sure they're going to be exciting.
Let's see. I think I got one more to show you.
Okay, sure.
I'll put that down. So this is the new Dodge truck.
Oh,
So
this
was a major pain in the butt.
Okay.
Basically, we stopped and started from scratch all over again. I just didn't care for the way it was coming out, and this one's so much better. Oh my gosh! Yeah, I talked to the boss and said, "Hey, the casting looks okay the way it is for some other companies, but it's not up to snuff for us." And he said, "Well, let's start over," and we did. And lots of little details. I have a buddy who has a couple of these, and I just try to get all these little details. Like it's hard to see right now, but when you get one, you have like the window, the mold, the drip rail is a major thing, and just getting the fender right. And there's really not a lot of these trucks out there. There's a couple older ones, like 30 years old, the castings, and they were good back then. They just don't hold up anymore. You know, so we saw this and we thought it was a good cat to bring out. So get some Dodge truck love for those basically all the '70s. So I'm working with a couple people that are into these trucks, and there's lots of different special editions and stuff. And I'm like, everybody knows, a couple of the Warlock, the Little Red Express, and Midnight Express, and all those. But I didn't know there was a Blue Jeans one, and Palomino or something like that, and there's just some crazy wacky ones. There was like a bicentennial one and stuff. So we're going to go through the whole list of them and stuff and do them, and then of course the awesome macho power wagons. Those things are just so cool. So but yeah, there's lots of stuff to do on them and everything. So it's been a lot of fun finally getting over that hump of having the casting where we want it.
Yeah, that's one that I'm super excited about, and that's going to be coming out pretty quick now, right?
Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell when certain things are going to be out because you plan all these things and then you have to wait for certain times for licensing or just like Christmas stuff. We rush to get them out, but get them here in the warehouse so we have time to put them out ahead of the holiday so we don't get caught on clearance and stuff. So we're rushing, put them out. We'll get them. Then we want to start doing some specials and different things and promos and put them in a set. So it's just, it's kind of hard to tell when things, technically is going to be the very first one to be released. It's sometimes it's beyond our control. shipping and production schedules and whatnot, and it's tough to try to figure out what is the actual first time this casting is going to be released. So I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, it also throws a wrench into it when, if
Oh yeah,
oh
I
yeah,
mean, if anything, the last couple of years with the shipping and everything and supplies and stuff, so you never know. You just never know. Might be a potential strike here or there, and ah,
yeah, and I think that being in Canada and the issues we're having with Walmart, getting them, it's just like we're getting nothing. Like we see the pallets come in and there's
mhm.
just nothing on it. So that's a huge
Yeah,
problem. Yeah.
I'm not on that side of things, and I know that's a separate company as far as like USA Walmart, Canada Walmart. They're different companies altogether, and we have different people we work with and stuff. And like I said, I'm not on that side of things, so I don't know too much about what's going on that. It's tough. We ship weekly to everybody. Starting Mondays, you can see slowly when you look out into the warehouse, you kind of see the pallets starting to be built, and then by Thursday, the area where they pick up is just packed. You know, and it's just they start picking up Thursday and Friday, and it's a weekly order at Walmart, and everything's gone and empties the warehouse. And Monday we do it all over again for Walmart. So it's tough. It's just there's so many stores, and to try to control things and make sure it goes out. Once it leaves our warehouse and gets the distribution center, it's beyond our control then.
We had a question from IBS Garage asking the average timeline from start to shipping for a casting. So this is, I guess, it would be very generic. You can just kind of give us a little average, or we can even talk about from design perspective, from design to actual, information and
Yeah, I
production
mean,
in the store.
we don't like to work too fast because I don't want to make mistakes. I like to think it through and make sure we put out a good product. I see product from other guys just pumping it out, but then really, is some of the stuff really that good? And I want to make sure ours, I want to be proud of it at the end of the day. I want to make sure I would buy that off the pegs when I go, if I went to the store and was looking, I want to make sure it's nice, it's right, it has what it's supposed to have and everything. So it's kind of tough because some castings I could, bang it through and just let's get this thing out because maybe it doesn't have as many parts or pieces or looks, and it's more simple. And then sometimes castings, I'm like thinking, okay, I could do this, 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 and this, but ultimately, what's going to be best for the company? Because we could do all these different versions, but then we're going to spend all this money on a casting, and are we going to get our return on that investment quick enough, or do we need to dial it back and hey, this casting can make it. Let's just do this, this, and this, and let's be happy with it and move on because some things I could go crazy on and put a bunch of different versions and everything, and sometimes I'll have to dial it back. So like I got a couple now I'm working on, or I just finished. They were relatively easy. I'm pretty happy with them, but you know, start to finish, 6 to maybe 9 months. Depending on things. Some things go faster. Like we were able to push the Chevrolet dually quicker because we already had all that data for the front end of the Chevy truck. All we had to do was add the back door, stretch it out, put the ridges in the roof, and make the bed and the new chassis. We had all that other stuff ready to go, so it was really a quick execution on that one. So it just kind of depends, you know.
So it's kind of like having a baby. It takes around 9 months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really, I'll think about castings and I'll start gathering. Like my phone is just full of pictures and images and different things that I see all the time, and I'm kind of constantly planning stuff. Even though I know we're not working on it right now, I save stuff because you never know if you can find that image again, or if I see a magazine or a book, because not everything is digitized. So that's one of my things when I go to a car show, swap meet, or something. I'll go pick up old magazines and books and stuff because not everything is on the World Wide Web. You could find some beautiful gems in old magazines and stuff. You're just like, I've never seen this, but this is so cool, so there's all kinds of stuff out there. So it's just a matter of getting these things together and eventually putting it on a casting for either design or packaging. You just see stuff and you're just like, oh my god, I'm using that at some point in my life.
Well, if you need some inspiration, the Dodge Neon SRT4 is out there. I'm just gonna put that out there, like, or the
uh,
2014 Super B Charger.
I tell
Fine.
you, I actually test drove a 2003 SRT4.
No way.
Yeah, when it
What?
came out, my brother-in-law Jeremy, we
Mhm.
were on this kick. We'd go out and go test drive cars, not buy them. We would just go for random test drives, and oh, dude, that was a lot of fun. Thank you. We'll think about it. And one day, when the SRT4 came out, I was cruising down Huntington Beach, and Huntington Beach Dodge had a bright yellow one, and so I was checking it out, and then the sales rep asked, "Would you like test drive it?" I went, yeah. But what a fun little car! Oh my god, you know, just popping and noisy right there, and then with the manual trans. I mean, it's so much fun that thing, you know.
Yeah,
And
I just got to take my ACR, the American Club Racer. I just
yes,
got to take it out for a drive. Finally, I just had the alignment done today, and oh man, it's just so freeing driving that car. It is so fun. There's so much power. The turbo noises, the blow off valve, like it's got a Mopar downpipe. Like, how can you go wrong? You don't even need to listen to music. You just roll the windows down.
oh yeah, no, no. I mean, it was a good car for the time. I don't know why it wasn't more popular because it was definitely faster than a lot of other stuff at that time in that market segment, and stuff. And it looked good. That wing and the hood scoop and everything and those wheels. I mean, it was a fun little car. You know, it was much different experience than when you drove like the PT Cruiser. What was it, the GT with the same engine? That one's just so slower.
The PTGT, yeah, not
Yeah,
the same feeling whatsoever.
not at all, day and night. Although I gotta say, I do like that convertible PT Cruiser looks pretty good as a two door. I gotta admit, you just never see those things anymore.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I tried. I always try every time I. But
How
yeah.
funny.
So someone else is asking about the Fun Lines Auto Club box, and yes, I already asked. I couldn't get anything out of them. We gotta wait till tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I mean, we can't break protocol, you know. You'll see like what 30 minutes before it goes on sale and all that. Oh
Got another
hey,
one here.
very cool.
That's the Neverland collab,
Yep.
the West Coast Customs. So I don't. I think. Did you guys receive yours yet? I think.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So that's gonna be coming out soon. It's pretty cool looking. I feel like I had a little bit to do with it. It's pretty cool though.
Yeah, no, the etching on top was fantastic.
Oh, for sure, for
I
sure.
because I talked to them at CJ's event in Orlando, and they were talking about I forgot how many hours each one had to spend to be etched, and it was ridiculous. I was like, wow, very cool piece.
Yeah, I think the nice thing about it was that the details showed. I think it was like something crazy, like 8 hours a piece or something. But
Yeah, it was something crazy.
you could see how deep it is, and then it
Oh yeah.
actually shows. Yeah, no, they did a great job with it.
Yeah.
And it's nice that it's an M2 piece and it's simple. Like it's it kind of looks like a first shot almost.
Yeah, it definitely has a unique. I mean, the whole thing, the packaging is fantastic too. Everybody, if you ever get to see one in person, it's a fantastic presentation altogether. Not just the vehicle, but the whole packaging is just like top notch. I mean, it's great.
I'm just gonna see if I can take it out of here so I can kind of so there's not so much glare, but it's all kind of attached.
I was gonna say you're brave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Yeah, the engraving part, you're gonna have to get like a good camera and show people all that little detail because it's fantastic.
So, what is your next show that you will be at? Is that the SuperCon or is there one before that?
Yeah, the beginning of the year, I knew I was going to travel a lot this year, so I'm done traveling. I think all I have is SEMA in Vegas, which is easy. I mean, it's just a car show. Um, so I'll be at SEMA, but I don't think I have anything till next year. I might have a local show or not, depends. Like usually does it near Christmas, so we'll see. But other than that, I think I kind of have the rest of the year off. So, but yeah, I think the next one, Vegas. I think it's in March. I think early March.
Yeah, I'll be doing the live shows there again on
Okay.
stage. So we'll have to try to get you up there at some
Yeah.
point as well. That was really fun. I'm happy that we got to do that. Someone's saying we're having audio issues again. I don't know what's going on, you guys. I'm trying here.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have any other speakers on.
But you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Okay. I think when I post it, it should be fine then. If we can
Oh,
hear
okay.
each other. So yeah. So yeah, is there anything else in the pipeline that you want to share with us or
You know, um, I've shared a couple things at CJ's show. I think people know we're doing the Buick Grand National and Regal. So we got that guy coming out finally. So we'll have that version real soon. Um, as far as the dualies go, we have the Chevy dually. You may see a Ford dually here next year in 2024. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll cover everybody eventually and stuff. So we got some new things in the works. Just it's always just constantly just trying to see what we can grab and stuff and make something different from what everybody else does and everything. So pardon me. We like to. It seems like a lot of times a lot of the other companies are going the same direction, and we like when they're zigging, I like to zag, just to get something a little different. Not just rush out and make the same stuff and everything. And sometimes we're going to overlap. It is what it is. But I just if I want a particular vehicle, hey, well, let's make it. Like that Chevy van. I think Greenlight and Johnny Lightning make one the same yearish, but we needed it. We wanted to do something with it, and that's why I worked a little extra harder to make sure ours is better. So, you know, so like
well,
stuff
that's
like that,
awesome.
like even a lot of people, I know where people are going because it's an easy, A to B, you know, our buddies over at Square Body Syndicate have that smoke box van. It's a lowered van, the blue one with the LS engine, and they do all the burnout contest at LS Fest and all that. So yeah, it's gonna be the smoke box really soon here. So it's coming, guys. It's just we'll see when and everything. So
Well, luckily,
stuff like that, working with our partners and making new ones and stuff, and getting excited about partnering with real events and different things and stuff, and real companies, and just having some fun, and just making some more cars. So we're always looking to see where we're headed, and that's what's kind of nice about being a smaller company. I mean, you've been there. We're not a big company. You know, the art department, we got up to what, I got 3 helpers now, so I got, there's 4 of us in the art department, and for the amount of people we have total, we put out a lot of product. I mean, my gosh, we put out a lot of product for how small we are. And that's what's kind of nice. If I see something, or something comes up, we could kind of, hey, let's put the other thing on hold and let's make this real quick and get this out to market, quick. And that's what I kind of like. I could kind of do that with designs. If I see something, I could get that in pretty quickly. So it's kind of nice not being, yeah, it'd be nice to be years ahead and know what's coming out, but then you can't turn the ship around, steer it too quickly either. So yeah, like anything in life, there's pros and cons to everything, but you know we've never missed a deadline yet. Knock on wood.
Well, I guess it keeps it current and fresh as well, right? So you're not kind of like repeating
Yeah,
things or.
so it is what it is. We the perfect number for a diecast release doesn't exist. Sometimes you don't want to make too many, you don't want to make too little. So finding that number, it's tough. People are looking for this stuff, and the biggest thing is always, you know my Walmart never got it. My Walmart sucks. We'll never get it. Scalpers get them and stuff. And it's like, I mean, if we made it too much, then they might sit on the shelves too long. So it's just kind of like that balance, is just, some things we could have made a lot of, and, but we just have to dial it back, so it's just, we want to keep it collectible, and, you know, it is what it is, can't make everybody happy. Just go to our Facebook and Instagram pages and you'll find out we can't make everybody happy.
Yeah, that's true. My friend Kevin Thomas, he's a huge Mopar collector like myself.
Hmm.
He has pretty much every single 124th M2, and he's wondering if there's
Oh,
anything
wow.
in the pipeline.
Very cool.
He's wondering if there's
Yeah,
anything.
24 scale is tough too. You know, just the initial investment and all the different parts and pieces you can make, and then price increases, and then we're on the higher end of in the aisle place, like at Walmart. We're kind of in the 24. We're kind of the higher end, so we're competing with other companies at a cheaper price and stuff, and you know, it's a tough market. It really is on 24.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, I have a lot of them too. They take a lot of space up, but they're just
Yes,
so
they
cool
do.
because you get to see, all the details, and the hood opens and the trunk, and
Oh yeah. No, they're awesome. Once you start opening them up and seeing all the little details in them, you're like, wow. It's not like some of the other cheaper brands where it's just a plate that's supposed to show the engine and stuff, and all plastic, and not a whole lot of extra detail and everything. So it's kind of, it's a tough one, to compete with cheaper stuff. People just see the price point and they don't know the differences inside the product. So it's a tough one.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you have a cool story, or I don't know, some sort of issue that came up, or I don't know, something that touched you from a collector? I don't know, a cool story that's related to die casting. It doesn't have to do with M2.
Hmm. I probably have a lot. Like, next year is going to be my 20th year in diecast. So I started at Muscle Machines back in 2004, and been all 16 years at M2, helped start that. So diecast has been a very big blessing in my life. I mean, I couldn't imagine, I'd be here doing this, meeting certain people and going to certain events, and playing with toy cars and getting paid. And, it's just been an absolute blessing. I mean, so, even early on, the people who, automatically that I got to meet in the automotive industry, from George Barris to Chip Foose and everybody, and Pete Brock, and hang out with some of these people, and you're just like, I read about these people, you know. I was at about a decade ago. I was at a birthday party, and my wife and we hung out with Larry Wood and his wife, and also hung out with what's his name, the Ivan Man Stewart, the guy who raced the trucks and stuff for like Toyota and everything. Him and his wife, and we were at a fire pit, and we're all six of us hung out most of the night just chatting up cars and stories and different things. And I'm here with Larry Wood on one side and Ivan Man Stewart on the other side, and I'm just like, what the heck? you know, and it's just a blast, So it's been really cool, and the collectors, when I go to a show, I talk to everybody. I hang out, most of the time, and I enjoy hanging out with the collectors and stuff, and getting feedback and talking to them and seeing what they like to see and different things, and I'm becoming friends with people and everything, So, I enjoy that. I always make myself available, and it's a blast to talk to people, and stuff. And then, even, some sad things, where, collectors you've known for a while pass away, and you're just like heartbroken, and different things. One collector early on, he wasn't a big name, but we did his truck. We did, oh, what was it? It was a Studebaker truck. We did a truck for his family farm, and I'm trying to remember the truck. It's been a while. This was early on in him too, and he unfortunately he passed away rather suddenly, and his family put on the grave marker a picture of the truck we did for him, and I'm like, I mean, wow, I mean, that is crazy, and from other people, we've heard stories of collectors with our stuff, when they were buried, and that, they put a couple of our cars in their casket because they enjoyed it. That's what brought, we're dealing with somebody's hobby. That's what I tell our people at work all the time. We got to remember we're dealing with people's hobby. We're getting them away from real life, BS and stuff, to enjoy this and stuff. And, so that's why we got to go the extra mile and stuff, and, and put out our best, guys, and give the information out, on time, and do everything, and this is, it's supposed to be a fun hobby, and, it gets sideways here and there, but it is what it is, when you're dealing with people, you know, so, but, it's supposed to be a fun hobby, and and I try not to take that for granted. I want to make sure that what we put out is something that when I go to the pegs that I would want to buy myself. And, I couldn't ask you to buy it if I don't want to buy it. That would be terrible, you know. So, but yeah, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I mean, die casting and all the people that I've met through the hobby is one of the big reasons why I started this show. The other reason is automotive, but the two
Mhm.
of them tie together. And just to touch on, you were saying some of the amazing people that you've met. I mean, you're one of the amazing people that I've met, and other designers and people that have made such an impact on the hobby. Jay Leno is another person that I've spoken about before. And, the reason I got to see his personal car collection was because of diecast.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Oh
I
yeah.
got to see his real cars that, a diecast company made diecasts about, and I got to go look at them. Like, oh my God, like it's mind boggling. I never would have thought that would have happened. And yeah, it's just so cool meeting all of the collectors and seeing their collections and how much passion that they bring into it.
Oh, yeah.
And like family members, like I know you bring your family to a lot of the
Yep.
conventions and they're involved in the business too. And it's just so cool. Like it's like like this world phenomenon that's happened that I kind of fell into sometimes, I feel like.
Yeah, no, it's a fun little, subculture, when it works, it clicks, you get people from all walks of life, all parts of the world, and everybody's got the same common interest, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a blast, That's why, you know. Oh, there you go. I got a couple other Canadian friends. They're on the other coast. Um, Bill, my buddy Bill, and Adam and stuff. They were bugging me forever. They um, they got the Mercury Econoline vans, so they got the Canadian versions of the Ford vans, and these guys are fanatical. They came down for a visit, and they started to butter me up with Canadian treats. So I still to this day from Bill, we made his van in one of the Ford Econoline releases. It was a bigger carpentry or something like that. It was a red Mercury van, and he's got the real van in real life. And beautiful restored van, awesome guy. Him and his wife, and we went out to dinner. He brought his van, and he was traveling the U.S. and stuff. He trailered his van, and then he drove his van to car shows all across the U.S. But every now and then, I'll get a box at work, and he's got Canadian chips, ketchup chips, and different stuff that you can only get across the border, and then send me candy and stuff. And I'm like, Bill, I already made your van. You don't have to do this anymore. But thank you.
Okay, I will remember that. Some maple syrup, some
Uh oh.
cookies.
Uh oh.
It's
She's
on
working
its
on that
way.
SRT4.
Oh, I would die. I would absolutely die.
Does anybody make one?
Hot Wheels did. They
Okay.
did, and Maisto did. Maisto did it on
Ah.
24th.
So it's been a while. Probably when it was new, huh?
Oh, the early 2000s. Like 2000, yeah, like right when it came out. Or like
Yeah.
2006
Well,
maybe.
yeah. Okay. How funny.
It's been a while, just saying, if M2 came out with one.
And you're actually not the first person. There was another. I can't remember his name on Instagram, but somebody else was trying to get me. Hey, you ever thought of SRT4s?
Yeah, I mean, they were a rare, cool little car. They were, the top of they were the fastest in the Dodge lineup aside from the Viper. Like, that's a
Oh
pretty
yeah,
big
no.
title.
They had a really good top speed and everything, and yeah, they were way better than the Caliber one, and
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, that one was like, ooh, what happened?
yeah. You guys haven't done wait, I'm thinking Viper. No,
Yeah, we haven't done a Viper.
no. Okay, well, that's another
We
idea.
always talk about that. You might see a Viper here at some point. There's a couple that we always kind of talk about and stuff that we haven't hit. Like I tell people, we'll do stuff. I think at the beginning I said, yeah, we'll do stuff that's never been done, but we're also going to do stuff that has been done because we just we can't fill all the holes because there's a reason certain cars haven't been made. They're just not as popular. You know, I mean, hands down, there's just certain cars that people might buy one and that's it. But Camaros, Mustangs, uh, Dodge Chargers, people are going to buy all those. You know, like I've been wanting to do a proper Dodge Charger for a long time, like a 68, 970. I mean, that's on my short list. I really want to do a proper one and just kick butt on that one. It's been a long time coming.
Okay, so I was thinking about that because I thought, okay, the neon, not everybody's gonna be into it, but my 2014 Super B. Well, it's not. See, back in the day, the Super B was a Coronet, right?
Yeah.
Um, but this one is a Charger. It's a Dodge Charger because that's
Yeah.
all they kind of had. but it's one of 10. So I always tell people it's my real life, like chase number.
Oh no, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's going to be interesting after this year where Dodge goes with the new cars. I don't know. I saw one dark navy blue. What is it? What's the new SUV?
The Hornet.
Yes, I saw one of those on the freeway. It wasn't. I think it was just a regular GT. It wasn't anything special. It just looked okay.
Well, they
So
have the GLH. That's the goes like hell, like the
yes,
original Omni, right? So that,
yes,
I mean, that would be a cool casting also.
we'll have to see. I don't know. I'm I, I'm kind of
I'm
like,
just throwing
you
some
know,
votes out there.
oh, I know, but they had the Charger and the Challenger for so many years, and then just to walk away from those two, it's kind of like, what's coming next?
So actually, that was one of the deciding factors of me going to the SEMA show because I know that everything is switching over to electric. I
Yeah.
was like, do I really want to go to the SEMA show this year? Like, what are they gonna have? You know, because Dodge has changed over their plants. August was they just had like here in Brampton or across Canada in Brampton, where one of the assembly plants are. They just did their last kind of tour, and before they switch over
Yeah.
to start manufacturing electric stuff, and it's like, they just did their last call models, so
Yep.
there's no more Hemi, and then they've got this Banshee thing that is electric and screams. So I don't know. I mean, the future is uncertain for me because
Yeah. They just what do they announce? The TRX is going to cease. Is it next year?
everything,
Yeah.
next year. Anything
Yeah.
with a Hemi in it. So that includes the
Yeah.
supercharged vehicles. Right.
I know. It's going to be interesting how Dodge handles it. So yeah, well.
Well, I was really happy with the Challenger Funny Car that you guys did, and I was able to grab a couple from the
Oh
store.
yeah.
I actually took one out of the box, and I'm trying to find it. But I actually took it off the base and everything, and it is so cool. Like, I was super happy with it. I was really excited when I saw that.
Awesome. Now the funny cars were really a lot of fun doing those. The funny cars I had a lot of fun doing. The belly tanker, and they even had the Corvette Stingray, the '59 Stingray for drivers and stuff. That was a lot of fun. I mean, there's a couple castings I wanted to get out and stuff. And then that's part of our thing too. I've told some people, um, usually drivers kind of follows the premium. We'll do, kind of the, kind of the cheaper version with no opening doors, no opening hood for drivers. And it's the same castings. I kind of want the premium to go one way now, and I want the drivers to go another. So starting, with these the what is it the belly tanker, the Corvette, and then we also have the '68 Dodge Dart, '68 and '9 Dodge Dart coming in drivers. So you'll have drivers castings that won't be available in premium, and vice versa. No premium castings for drivers. So we'll have more new castings, but then in the different lines and stuff. So I want to just kind of separate those two guys once and for all. So it was, like I said earlier, having some of the all those castings and drivers, the kind of more entry level ones that it kind of saves money to put them in with like the haulers and everything. But then it's the same casting, so it's kind of it's good and bad. So it always comes down to pennies and half pennies with us. Everything that we do is always calculated, like how many tampo hits we're going to do, how many parts and pieces, how many times each car is going to get touched by human hands for labor cost, how much the licensing is going to cost. I mean, all this stuff, that nobody wants to hear about. The business part, the business part is what keeps us going. I hate it. I'm like, I tell people from the beginning of this, like, if I ever won the lottery, I'm not starting a diecast company. I'd rather fool around with real cars and crash those or something, have some fun, But because then, dealing with a diecast company with all the stuff you got to deal with, the factory, the shipping, with the stores and everything, and oh my gosh, you go to some of the meetings and I come out depressed because all I want to do is go in my office, turn on the music, and create some artwork and e-sheets and get some cars out. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, I
You
was I
know.
was actually gonna have Jim from, like, he's licensing, right? I was gonna have
Hmm.
him on to hear
No,
about
you
that
should.
whole side. Yeah, he's been really busy lately, so I'm trying to get him on. But yeah, it'll be interesting to hear about the other side of it and the licensing and what goes into
Oh
it,
yeah,
because it's not
because
an easy process.
he's kind of a unicorn because a lot of these people, and it's no fault of their own, it's a job. But Jim just happens to be a crazy passionate person about when he was at Dodge, so he knows everything. Like there was some counterparts at other funds. We had a guy for a long time at Ford, Patrick. The guy was awesome. He knew everything. You could just talk to him. Oh yeah, this that, but and then other people. Like I said, it's not any fault of their own. They probably deserve to be where they're at. They went to school. They put in the time. They climbed the ladder. Whatever. They got this licensing gig. Early on when we did the 55 and 57 DeSoto, this one girl at a licensing company, she didn't know what a DeSoto was, because she was young, and you shouldn't really know what a DeSoto is. I think they stopped in 60 or 61. So, so we had to kind of tell her, oh, that's this car. Look it up, ask some people around there, and stuff. And so, a lot of times, we're dealing with the car stuff, you know, just, even at our place at work, not everybody's car people, not everybody's car crazy about everything. It's a, it's a job. It's a good job, but they're not hired for their car expertise, here and there. They meet the qualifications. They're here, but they're not everybody's like embedded into the car culture and stuff and everything, and stuff. So that's my job. If anything, people, you want my job. I have the fun. I get to create the castings and the graphics and everything and stuff, and that's the fun part. That's what I enjoy. That's what I love. That's why I'd be there 24/7 if I could.
Okay, well, I've got two last questions for you
Sure.
before we wrap here. One is, what is in your garage currently? And the second question is, do you have a favorite casting of all time?
Okay. Currently in my garage, I have my first car. I've owned it since was it 88? Yeah, I think since 1988. So it's a 1972 Chevelle. So I've had it that long. Um, we were getting a big block put together for it and everything, and then the whole COVID kind of hit, and a couple other things. So I'm going to get back on it. I knew I couldn't really work on it this year because I had too much traveling. So I'm gonna get that thing back and running because it's just a big toy now. There's no way I'll daily drive that thing anymore. It's more sentimental value than anything. Then I also have a couple other cars. Let's see. So I have a '65 Buick Sport Wagon. So that's kind of like the Vista Cruiser wagon. So it's got the extra windows up on top. It's a bit of a hot rod. It's got a small block Chevy, a little 383 stroker engine. And then because of all this, the old cars are all due to my dad. My dad's he's retired now. He's an automotive mechanic, um, General Automotive. So he's worked on everything. So that's why I grew up around old cars and stuff. They weren't really old cars at that time. I was born in '71. They were just used cars. They were like, okay, that's 10 years old, 12 years old. And stuff. It really wasn't that old back then. And being in Southern California, the weather's great. Nothing rusts really. It has to be under really bad conditions to rust here. So growing
Yeah,
up,
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
yeah, growing up, we would see all kinds of stuff. Up until like probably the late '80s, early '90s, junkyards used to be fantastic here. They used to, old cars and stuff before all the plastic cars came. So, you used to be able to go to pick apart and actually get parts that were really decent. You'd be like, you'd go in a couple times, you're like, why in the world is this car in the junkyard? This is nicer than a lot of cars driving right now on the street, and you're just like, what happened? And stuff. So, it's just crazy. So, growing up here was always fun because, even today, on my commute, I'll see an old car here and there. I mean, I tease my wife all the time. I go, "Hey, baby, what truck is that? OBS or square body?" Because lots of them are still driving daily here in Southern California all the time, and they're not fixed up. They're just people's from work trucks to transportation. So pardon me. So it's crazy, you know. Um, but those days are kind of gone. Everything's Barrett Jackson prices. Everybody thinks their car's worth $1 million and stuff, and yours is not. So, but so I got my dad's old cars. He still has his high school car too. He built in 1968 when he graduated high school. He built a 1930 Ford Coupe. I think I posted some pictures and videos of that. It's a little chop top brown thing. It's cool. Tom Kelly pinstriped it a couple years ago. And he also has a bitchin' 64 El Camino, red El Camino. That's the car I learned how to drive in and stuff. So those things are sentimental to me as well. So have those. And then go to the favorite casting thing. I have on my email at work. I have a quote. It's a Carol Shelby quote, and it goes something like, "People always often ask me what's my favorite car, and I always tell them it's the next one." So there's castings that I like to work on, but I get geeked up and amped up on the next one because I'm always like, okay, what am I going to do different? Whatever, because I'm always looking for that next edge because like I've mentioned at other conventions and stuff, I get up out of bed to kick everybody else's butt in diecast. That's my motivation. I just want to make sure our stuff's the best, has all the details that it should, has the best flame jobs, and kicks butt. That's plain and simple why I get up and go to work.
No, that's
So
awesome. It's so awesome to hear everything that you've been able to accomplish in how many years did you say? 18?
next year will be 20 years.
Oh, 20. Wow.
Yeah.
And
So I got to
years
get
ago.
organized at some point, because my office here is kind of a mess. You can see I'm into action figures. I not just cars. Most of my car stuff is at work because I go through it, I use it, books, magazines, and different things. So I got a lot of stuff at work. But then here, Batman was always a big influence in my life, and Star Wars. So I have a lot of Batman and Star Wars figures. And McFarlane's kicking my butt right now. So I got tons of stuff to open up that I just haven't had time. And I'm just like, oh, why are you making another one? But I get to see how our collectors feel. Oh, they got another one. They got another chase. They got another super chase. Another raw.
Yeah. No.
So,
That's what it's all about.
yeah. So, but yeah, like I was looking at stuff. I got some samples here, some paint samples. I got stuff all over, like like the collectors. I got boxes of paint samples from years of, just
Oh, that is so
you know,
cool.
just sitting here, some old muscle machine JDM stuff.
Oh, wow.
Some different chrome paint, different apps. You know,
Yeah,
I was
you
working
gave
on some
some away
timers.
at the anniversary event.
Yeah. Somehow I even got, I think these are some Hot Wheels castings with some different paint apps and codes from because, we use different factories back then. These things are old. And I got a bunch of them. When I worked at Muscle Machines, I got some first shot samples. Well, you know, this one's a cool one. So this is back at Muscle Machines days. So this one didn't come out like this. We were working on these. So this was from the Jesse James cars. So Jesse James West Coast Choppers. So this was a cool truck. And when the contract ended, we were going to make a hot rod and custom line from it. and stuff. And Action Performance came in, bought us out, and things got to the side and got kind of buried. But this is kind of fun sample that we did, mocking packaging up and everything, and it came out fantastic. I love it. I mean, this thing's old. Geez, it was supposed to be around when I worked at Muscle Machines from '04 to '05 or '06. Yeah, '04 to '06, something like that. I think I worked there 3 years, or a little after
I
4.
actually I actually found a bunch of those old Jesse James ones, and I sent him pictures because I talked to him once in a while, and yeah, he was like, "Oh wow, like I haven't seen those in a while." So yeah, they're
Yeah,
cool. I like suspension and everything.
oh yeah, they were great. The bikes were fantastic. I got to go down there in Long Beach a couple times to take pictures and get some measurements and stuff. And he was always really nice to us. Trying to think, I had something else I was going to show. It was kind of funny. Oh, this is kind of fun. I was like, people haven't seen this thing. I go, I don't even think the current owner or the new owner of Muslim or M2 has ever seen it. This thing's weird. It was a thing where we're gonna do. The factory made these pullback cars like these keys, and so we just mocked up some packaging, and we thought about looking into making some cars that you put the key in, and it has like a spring and stuff. So we just kind of mocked up something, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think anybody's ever seen this dang thing. So I got a bunch of stuff like that. It's just
Oh,
after 20 years,
pretty
it
cool.
just work stuff, you know, and everything. So it's always a trip, to see people look at it. You just pull it out, and people are like, "The heck is that?"
Oh wow.
Oh, these are paint samples that we would get, and just make sure the tampos and everything. This was from I think the Super Chevy line or something like that, and it's just crazy, like even this one, I think it was just used for tampos, but it's just like I couldn't throw it away, you know
It's too cool though.
yeah, so it was just a crazy time to be around at the closing at Mus, because what's kind of cool when I got to Muscle Machines. I went in and I didn't get a whole lot of direction. The company had been sold, but they were working still here in Southern California, and everybody was just kind of going through the motions. And I'm like, here, I'm like, dude, this is Diecast, man. Let's do this. And I put myself into situations. I made sure I learned everything, and within the couple years that I was there, I made myself so valuable that when they shut down operations in California, I was the only guy standing. They kept me with the brand and stuff, and so I stayed. I worked from home for I think a year or so, and stuff, and went back and forth with as the new owners. We went from Action Performance and in Arizona to Motorsports Authentic in North Carolina. So there was some back and forth and some uncertainties in those times, but I wanted to see it through and see, keep this thing going. And, that's my, you know, you know, uh, my whole thing now is, I don't want to get a real job again. So I'm trying to keep this thing going as long as I can.
Well, no, that is awesome. I'm gonna have to get something rare from M2 one day. It's just like there's little pieces, like sometimes you get like a prototype or something. So I'm working on that.
we're pretty
Sometimes they come up for
we're pretty
sale.
tough on those. We don't get like we don't send out too much. It's a tough one. And so I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm not going to take up too much more of your time, but I wanted to thank you, and all the fans. Thank you as well for everything that you've done for the hobby and the community. Thank you for being on the show. I feel super honored to have you on,
Oh, thank you.
and I think I will probably see you at the SEMA show.
Awesome. And thank you so much for inviting me. It took a little while to get this worked out because, like I said, I was traveling a lot the beginning of the year or the first half of the year and stuff. And finally, slowed down, thankfully, and stuff. But, and to all the fans, thank you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, just if you bought just one piece and stuff of M2, thank you very much. We do try our best, and hopefully we'll make something that you like coming up. And we're always asking questions. We're always seeing where it's going and stuff, and seeing what people want to buy and everything. So we try to be different from everybody else too. So there's that. So again, thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for giving us time and hearing all your stories. It's so awesome. And thank you again. And I will see you guys all next Thursday for episode 3. Don't miss it, 6 p.m. Turn on your notifications and make sure to subscribe. Thanks again.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.